general quarters.
Hello everybody, this is Scott Ramsey, otherwise known as Commander W.S. Ramsey. A name I take fondly for my father, who was a commander in the U.S. Navy as a fighter pilot over his career. This game involves the Russian destroyer, the Okhotnik, and she is known otherwise as the Canoe. You can tell how long she is.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
7 guns. This poor guy here, he falls prey to first salvo of torpedoes. I think he sees them and basically either comes to a halt or he lost his engine. Got accosted to my left, Clemson to my back. So I just started unloading torpedoes, trying to set my smoke to protect myself. You can tell it's like he gives up.
We've sunk an enemy destroyer.
Now this little ship is known primarily for its torpedoes, but you gotta remember it has 7 guns on it. And even though the reload time is around 7 seconds, as a first strike, it can be quite effective to set a fire. My goal here with this ship is to use islands as primary cover and use smoke as a last resort. A lot of times you can catch ships off guard by using the islands and the immense torpedo spread. You can see the guy John there, he liked the spread of torpedoes. I should have said something back to him, but I was so intensely focused on where I was going next, I forgot to thank him. I normally do. Oh, I see what he said. He gave me a boat. Yeah, I should have given him one, but anyway. On to the next here. Notice I'm using the island here for cover. Thank you, John. Appreciate that. That was awful courteous of you. That's such a good example for the wargaming community.
Deactivated.
Here I tried a little more risky play, thinking I was going to make a quick left-hand turn. Of course, you don't make anything quick in a turn with this big, long destroyer. I thought I had a setting duck here, but he must have had acceleration on his list of options, perhaps. I thought I had him dead to rights, but he miraculously escapes. Notice how quick he's pulling away. Of course, I don't think Tier 4 has that option, so he must have already been engaged to start his engines to go forward. I was in real trouble right here. Too much damage, too much risk. The best I could do is square up and hope for the best. The battle is really good. It's tight all through, even for the final minute. can see, I survived for the longest time by the skin of my teeth here. Let's see.
Torpedoes to port.
I have smoke ready in case I need it. I'm thinking I can still get this battleship. But here comes a kamikaze. How fortunate. But good thing is with this ship you got 12 torpedoes and they can fire to either side.
Torpedoes to port. Torpedoes direct front.
I had to use my smoke here. I thought I was dead to rights. Start picking on this cruiser. Decide, well, give it another shot.
Activated.
And I end up changing shells to AP because I noticed my HE really
Screen set.
it was working, but it was a good opportunity to use AP shells on him and finish him off.
Torpedoes to starboard.
And he almost got me with, I don't think that was his torps, I think that was the kamikaze again firing at me. Thought I might get this battleship, but with that kamikaze hanging around, I thought I'm just buying my time, because one thing you notice with this ship is the Okhotnik is very long, and if you're broadside to somebody launching torpedoes, well, probably a good chance you're going to go to the bottom. I finally got a good torpedo salvo off on this guy, and he's not going to get away this time. Notice the barrage, the nest of torpedoes it creates. There's no way you can get away. I got him with 3 torpedoes. I had to toot the horn of victory there. I had 66 hit points. I really don't expect to survive much longer.
Torpedoes to port.
But, as fate would have it, I decide, well, it's time to pull out and go back to the flag. Because somebody could throw a rock at me right now and I'd be done. I always try to give out compliments in the game. I may not always get them correct, but I always try to give compliments where they're due.
Engine boost
It's a
deactivated.
good spirit for the game.
Torpedoes to starboard.
I mean, the funny thing is with 66 hit points, you can't even see it on the bar graph down the left-hand corner, nor can you see it up in the left-hand side of the screen. Yes, I do use the approved mod station.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Here I begin to notice the ship over there, the Wyoming, is starting to make its way around. Normally with a slow Wyoming, there's also another ship with it. So I thought the best thing to do at this point would be to try to head back to the flag to protect the flag with a little smoke that I got left. In case he does make it around. I really don't have much choice at this point with only 66 hit points. My goal here is to try to survive because it's such a tight game. Try to help the team. had no idea what was coming up at the end of the game, which you'll
All
see.
stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Compared to the upper tier blowouts, which I'm in quite often, this was quite refreshing actually to be in a very tight game. It's kind of interesting I had to go to tier 5 to get it. I occasionally play some of my tier 5 and tier 6 favorites. And once in a while, just out of sheer fun, I'll play the St. Louis. I don't mind playing the low tier ships once in a while. I enjoy the game. Figured to set my smoke
generator started.
just to be on the safe side and get in a few volleys to try to help out my friendly. Maybe I can set a fire, but I had AP loaded at that point. Not too bad. But they finish him off, so that's a good thing.
Smoke screen set.
At this point, I start to notice the Hawkins and the Caesarea are getting ready to make an effort to come around to the left side. Hawkins is squared up to come straight in, but the GC is on its way out to the left. We'll see where he goes. And wow, we lose a ship there. Give one, take one. Still a tight game. Not even broke 500 points. We seem to have the advantage at this point, but we can't quite seem to put it away, as you'll see. I start calling attention to the GC over here on the left, but I don't have any ships on my team that are even remotely near me, so I'm starting to sweat. With 66 points, I'm starting to come up with a strategy. Okay, I've got to use these islands for my cover, and I've got one smoke left. It's not yet come up ready to use, so I'm starting to sweat. Think, how am I going to stop this guy? I can't even afford one secondary hit. So I have to think, how can I play this? I start doing the best I can using the islands. This little destroyer works great using islands because you can capitalize on the immense torpedo spread. Unfortunately, at this tier, I don't have hydro. I don't, of course, being a destroyer, I don't have an airplane. There's no way for me to see the other ship unless he fires his guns, and there you go. He's coming up on 4.5, so he's getting in with my torpedo range. So I started thinking, okay, I'll just park right here and wait till he comes around the corner. But I've had some really bad experiences with that because they had their guns pointed right in my general direction a lot of times. So
Engine boost activated.
I decided, well, you know, these things regenerate pretty quickly, so I'm going to take a guesstimate here on where he is and just lay out some torpedoes and get out of there before he comes around and spots me, because I can't afford one hit. Notice I'm delaying my hits and spreading them. Hopefully I'll get lucky. I don't think he knows where I'm at here. Hoping and praying for a boom here, or at least a thud. You'll notice on this destroyer, the Okhotnik, the torpedoes are very short ranged. I think at around 4.5 kilometers, so they don't stay out there very long. And at this point I'm thinking, okay, great. There he is. So I use my last smoke.
Smoke generator started.
I try to estimate on an angle where he may be. And I start letting them fly. Thinking, okay, maybe this will do it. You notice the score, we're pulling away a little bit.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
But notice where our ships are. They're slowly coming around. And Notice the one, I believe it was the Swivlana, maybe, I think, that took a shot at me. He was so close. All he had to do was hit me with one shell and I would have been gone. So I laid out a spread thinking, this is it. I'll get him and stop his advance to our flag, because there's nobody. I guess our Clemson's coming up, but he's pretty far away.
Engine boost deactivated.
And the GC is quite capable of handling a destroyer if played correctly. So I'm waiting for a boom here or anything, but I'm getting nothing. Absolutely nothing. I got 14 seconds of smoke left. And I'm thinking, he's already in the green. So that tells me he's in the circle. And I'm about ready to go down because I have no way of getting out of here. My friendly Clemson was going to try to come around and help spot, but I couldn't wait for him to get there. So I went for broke. There he is. I'm surprised he took as long as he did. I could start fielding. I got all my volleys. Notice my spread. I'm thinking, hot dog, there's no way he's going to get out of this, but will it be enough to sink him? Yes, I got him. So I stopped his advance with 4 torpedo hits. Didn't change the score spread very much. In fact, we seemingly lost some. Of course, I went down, but our guys are taking the flag right now. But this thing gets tighter. It's amazing. Now somebody else is in our flag. So that's got to be the cruiser. And I'm thinking, oh, great. And our Clemson still hasn't come up yet. So I'm thinking, well, wow, we're possibly in trouble, because Hawkins left our enemy's flag for what reason, I don't know, unless he was trying to get to cover. And the New York is floating out there. So I end up asking him to come on in. One of my players, Sir Will 1972, he got a kick out of, I guess what I said. I was trying to quote something off Star Trek Wrath of Khan. I think it was supposed to have been from Hell's Heart I Stab at Thee. But nonetheless, I thought all this was going to be for nothing. As the score, you notice, is tightening. They're taking our flag. Our ships are nowhere close to theirs, and the Clemson is moving away. I do think he lays he laid a couple shells in on him, which reset the clock, which was smart on Clemson's behalf. So good job there, Clemson. The BB at this point, the cruiser, looks like he pretty much has it, but Clemson brings out a good point, survive, and we win. I asked the New York to take the cap. You notice the New York has a whole lot more health than the Okhotnik does, so that's the reason why I asked him to do that. But he tends to stay out there. Now we're down to 31 seconds and less than 40 points. I'm thinking we've got this finally. At that point I realized we won. What a game. Down to less than 30 points in the final seconds. So anyway, at the end of the game, not too many points, about 75,000, but I had 8 torpedo hits. I did destroy the ship in the flag zone. He got me first, but I got him with 4 torps. Had a devastating strike there. I believe that was on the battleship. And then at the beginning of the game, I got the cruiser. The destroyer on the first blood. So overall, a great fun game. I think that's a good way to show everybody how you play this funny destroyer. It's very long, makes a great target. Sometimes you just have to be lucky. Team score came out on top with 4 kills. The New York did respectable, came in second. And Clemson did well. You see he was out there still alive, as well as the Hawkins. Good game overall.